I'll have to say I can understand being out of the loop. I
Hmm.
understand that because I be out the loop. I don't be checking for a lot of stuff. There's very few uh avenues that some new things will come across me, but you're Lil Wayne. Like
Yeah, and you got peoples around you, like your peoples don't be like, "Hey, have you heard of blah blah blah?"
exactly. And I mean, what could you have been so busy doing over that time? I mean,
Right?
that's a lot of time and a lot of projects and a lot of things to be ignorant about. That's the proper term. You're ignorant. You didn't know about this
Yeah,
stuff, or that's what he's claiming to be, apparently. I haven't watched the interviews. I'm gonna have to look it. I'm gonna have to watch.
yeah, and he was actually singing the song, the Not Like Us song on stage, and people were like, "Yo, that's your man. That's a diss song for your man's." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even
What?
I didn't even know who was singing that song." And people were like, "Yo, his name is in the song." Like, so you can't, like, we don't believe it.
There's no way. There's no
There's no,
way.
yeah.
How could you do that? How is that even possible?
So, yeah, man, people getting tired of Wheezy doing that shit. We think he's trying to avoid certain things by just saying, "I don't know."
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, to even claim to be that ignorant is bold. So I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Maybe he really is just that oblivious.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't.
that's where he gets his bliss from, is not knowing shit about shit but his own world.
Which that part I can dig 1,000%.
Yeah.
Cause I be zoned out in my own shit. Outside of making sure we rock this show, yeah. I don't be doing shit. I don't got no events to go to.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know, I guess after hearing that it kind of makes me want to do that social experiment of like anything that's really popping or current. I just want to be like, "What's that?" Just to see the reaction. Just to see like what's required knowledge right now or these days, or what do people consider knowledge to have you in the in crowd or to be in the current. Because I mean, I got news on the top of my head, but maybe that's not what's current to other people's circles. Like maybe there's just different chambers.
See, this is a topic that I wanted to talk about, kinda, and it was, I guess it's a reach, but it's about culture and influence, and we kind of talked about it a little bit on one of the previous episodes, but culture and influence and how much, um,
Or impact, I guess. Because
well,
yeah, I guess in Weezy's, to his defense, like why would a predominant New York sounding project be on his radar like that?
well, I'm
Like
thinking
maybe,
more of the terms what you're talking about, like being oblivious and wanting to be like, "What's that?" on any of new current anything. I think right in my head, I look at it as there's kind of like you said, there's circles or there's boxes and categories, and some things blend and go across all categories. Um, but I think even the stuff that doesn't just go viral across categories, there's stuff that goes viral within those categories. And I think about how much of it is organic versus the um, the algorithm, and how much
mhm.
that algorithm has specific code in it to direct traffic in a certain manner.
Let's see.
I mean, because we can talk about the hip hop that makes it, the rappers that get up there. I mean, they're the most ignorant. I don't have another way to say it, really.
Mm-hmm.
They're the most ratchet, the most debauchery. It's like, is it really humans selecting that to be what we want? Or is it the computer feeding it to us enough times? I mean, we've had this problem as far as mainstream music for a long time when it was still actually the radio, top 40. Like, if you have enough money to pay to get your shit in the rotation, the kids will know your song as long as it's a relative. I mean, it doesn't have to be a great song, but just a decent song. Kids will know it, but you have to have the resources to get it into the psyche of the people via paying the radio stations. Now, I mean, there's ways to use bots and all things like that, but I think me personally, I think there's something behind the scenes more that chooses and elevates certain artists, and not just artists, just creators, people that just make YouTube videos or TikTok videos. Like, that's just not just a computer by itself. Like, someone's writing the code to say, yo, on May 1st, we about to switch this up. We're going to have everyone focused on this thing. And I think it's ultimately all a distraction from real world events. I mean, we're deep. We talked about it before. We're deep on the cusp of Cyberdyne systems going live. And we all, most people, a lot of people is oblivious. Some people is just like, yo, how do I get my own AI agent to run some shit, to go ahead and buy and sell some crypto for me to make me money.
Yeah. I was thinking for Lil Wayne, like his I Didn't Know Kanye and Jay-Z had an album would be
That's
me
wild.
like that would be no, I feel it for a parallel. That'd be like, oh, I didn't know that football team played that team that year. Like, I kind of see what he means to a point, because something as big as football, you can't get away from it, but you could still be like, you could tap out. Like, you could still choose to not know fully. Like, you could know the
So
names.
this is where I have to disagree on this particular specific.
Like, you can know the names, I guess, but you may not know the matchups or like the events.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But this specifics, this particular, there's an actual term coming behind this album or within it. The niggas in Paris created ham. You didn't say we're going ham before that song came out. You never said that word. No one ever said I'm going ham until that song came out. So, I mean, have you never heard of the word ham? Have you never heard anyone say that? I mean,
yeah, he tripping. He was rapping over the beats and all that.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't play. Don't play.
I know.
But I still, you wanna believe him. Like, you wanna believe he's this oblivious.
Yeah, like, I'm grasping at straws to try to help him, but I'm like you, man. I'm like, I disagree. Just being an active participant is hard to believe. I guess if you wasn't making music like that on that clip that you are, but you can't be that deep in the game, have that many colleagues.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. I could understand if, like, you did a run of movies and people knew you was hella busy doing other shit, like, but you ain't doing shit. You ain't dropped no music, like you don't do shit. Like you have unlimited free time. As that caliber and level of artist, any businesses that you have, you got people running that shit. So you literally just can skateboard and play video games and smoke, and that's all you really have to do. You don't have to cook any food. You got someone that makes you food. Like you don't have to do anything. So I mean, I guess you could get further lost in that realm by not having to do anything. I can't imagine, because he still raps. Like you said, he's rapping on the beats. Like you had to know,
Right.
you had to know what this beat was.
Right.
I know that because when you do your mixtapes, you reference the songs that you're making it to. So
Yep.
I don't even
Yep.
listen to you that much, but I know enough to know you do that.
Dude, yeah, that's what mixtape Wheezy was. Like he was remixing all they shit, using their flow, like
Come
using their
on.
words.
And now you're telling me you're rapping on these beats and you never heard the song and you didn't know Jay-Z and Kanye made an album. Like that's
Yeah.
foolishness. Now I can believe that he didn't know Not Like Us.
Mm.
I can believe that. Why would you be singing that at your own show for your
Right.
fans to call you out? Yeah, I can
Right.
believe you didn't do that one on purpose. Like that was you probably didn't know. Like okay, but the rest of it, yeah.
And is this the sign? Is other than this? I mean, he don't really show his age too much. Maybe this is how he's showing his old nigga age. Is that his brain is just shot? Like maybe he's just really forgetting stuff. Like maybe he got lean brain or something.
Hey, that's
Because
all.
people,
That's a
because I know,
possibility.
yeah, I know artists that be recounting old shows and they're like, yo, I don't even remember that. People be telling them what they did at their old show, and they don't even be knowing they did that shit.
Hey,
So I'm like, maybe
I
Wayne just
I be wondering
lost
if
like a whole era.
that's fucked up. The
Maybe
best.
there's like 20 years just he can't even account for right now.
Look, hopefully he had some camera folks around capturing some stuff. They can show you, like, look, you did a
Yeah.
backflip off of the stage into the crowd.
Right.
Look, it's right here.
Because he'd be saying like, yo, I don't even know my own lyrics. Like I gotta learn my own songs again when I go out there. We just got so much stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that. And I got minimal songs to worry about. And I still got to relearn my shit.
And I forgot he'd be freestyling and shit. So yeah, he set himself up bad for that. You gotta perform songs that you freestyled
Ain't got no
30 years
papers to
ago.
go back to look at.
Right? Oh yeah. You gotta Google your own lyric video to learn your shit.
Nah, don't do that, because then he going to be rapping the wrong lyrics. You know them lyric
Right?
videos is
Yeah, they all
AI.
chopping it.
They be
Yeah,
having
it's
the wrong
chopped up
words in
wrong.
there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true.
Look, hey, fuck around. That may be actually happening in the near future. I think that's a negative aspect of us having all the technology is the loss of things. It's like knowing someone's phone number. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I know my phone number. Like that's.
Yeah.
I don't know other people's. I know old school phone numbers that I used to know,
Same, yeah.
like friends' houses. Like, oh yeah, his phone number used to be there. But yeah, the dependency on things, like people do the voice notes now too. Like they ain't even typing their own text in. They just voice
Yeah.
note it and let the AI transcribe it, which is wild. Cause it be making up shit.
Yeah. Right. And yeah, I remember getting taught like that writing helps you lock it in the brain.
That's why
It's
I
something
still
about
keep notes. Yeah, that's why I do
yeah,
physical notes. I mean, it's fucked up because I got fucking papers and notebooks galore around my house. And sometimes when you want to find something, it'd be hard to find. You'd be like, man, I know it's in a notebook that had purple on it.
yeah. That's what's dope though. Like using the physical medium is what allows you to store it in your brain. Like you file it away almost. I love that being able to revisit old manuscripts because sometimes even just seeing the handwriting you were using, you're like, oh shit, like I know what this one was about. Like you can almost transport to
Yeah.
that day you was writing it out, and you're like, I could finish the train of thought that I started.
Yeah, you can get back into that same mode you was in.
Yeah, I can't do that with a white paper.
Nah, it don't work. Yeah, looking up some notes, the read the transcribed voice note. What's fucked up is that shit's proliferating throughout
Mhm.
business and things like that right now. Look, that I wanted to bring that up because it just came out a couple days ago. Sam's Club. You ever been to Sam's Club?
Never.
Well, I mean, it's just like Costco.
I'm familiar. Once I heard kind of what it was, I understood what it's about.
Have you been to Costco before?
Yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's the same shit.
Yep.
But they just announced a couple days ago or last week that they're going renovating all of their 600 stores in their chain to eliminate cashiers and eliminate checkout lines altogether. So they just have an app that you have to download. And when you're going through the store, you scan
Okay.
your own items with the app with your phone.
Oh, I see.
And somehow I think part of that renovation has to do with the cameras they have to install in the store to verify who, if you checked out everything you got in your basket.
Yeah.
So at Costco they have them people at the end checking your receipt. Even at Walmart
Yeah.
they have that. I mean, motherfuckers getting paid. Old ass white men get standing at the door
Right.
to look at your receipt and compare. They comparing your whole basket of items in 2 seconds. Costco, they do actually a little bit more look through your receipt, like the big ticket items. They look at the large
Yeah.
price items.
You're right.
But that yeah, they're those. So all the cashier jobs, all the receipt checkers eliminated.
So yeah,
And
and there ain't gonna be no trickery like swapping tags and all that, right? It sounds like they're gonna get keen on that too. There's people that like to swap the stickers out.
well, yeah,
Like,
I
yo,
mean, I don't know how the AI is supposed to work because they didn't put that in the news articles as far as how it's gonna, verify what you got in your basket is what you paid for. I don't. I mean, I'm at this point the level of AI that's just available to us as consumers. I mean, I'd imagine, yeah, they probably have the camera set up that they're gonna install. Fucking measures the size of your box
yeah,
and verifies that the
that's what
UPC
I'm
code of the
thinking.
item. So if
Yeah,
it's like actually in real time scanning your cart and scanning all the different boxes in there.
yeah, like volume, because it's like, yo, you ain't gonna put a toothbrush price tag on a prime rib and think you're gonna get out of here.
Well, they
Because I know,
probably have it in a database as far as each item, what that cubic, uh,
yeah,
what the size is. I mean, with AI, it probably isn't even a size. It's probably more of a 3D image, like
Mm-hmm.
to where they might have some one or two people in the back looking at a computer screen that shows the computer image of what your cart should look like based on everything you scanned in, and then what your cart looks like actually in each
Yeah.
item. Like, I'm pretty sure it's very sophisticated, but it's just job elimination is what because we were talking about it last week.
And I think it's thief elimination. Like all this shit. Anything that you could be slick about and get away with, every year that we alive, it's getting harder and harder to pull off some of those 90s licks that people was doing, 80s licks. Like even shit like robbing a bank, like it ain't as easy as it used to be. People still try, but I think all these things that get set in place are there to take away the ability for you to even pull licks. Like they're trying to catch you before the lick. Like you're getting profiled just off looking like you're gonna do a lick.
Look, man, that everything goes back to the movies, man. The Minority Report. You
Yeah,
get booked before the crime happens. You get booked.
before. Yes. So don't be all these folks out here, don't be thinking it's just, oh, I'm just gonna switch the tag. Like, get your prehistoric game out of here. Like the
That's
world's
the thing
catching on,
too.
all that shit.
Well, that's the thing too. As technology elevates, the people on the dark side, they adapt. These motherfuckers be the
Yeah.
people in the
They gotta
criminal
get
world be
smarter.
on top. Like I'm telling you, when you in the criminal world, you be on the newest technology out there.
Right. Yes. Save that for them. All the bottom feeder cats that's out here trying to get quick ones, like it's starting to be over for you. Like find something else. Cause they weeding out all the bottom feeders. Like there ain't gonna be no more shrimp and lobster for you to eat off of at the sea floor. Like you're gonna have to swim around. You
Yeah,
gotta get
eat
active.
what you
Like you ain't
catch.
just yeah, like you ain't just gonna be able to pick up crumbs off the ground. Like ain't gonna be no crumbs.
No,
You know it
I agree with
because
that.
even yeah, like the plankton, like something as small as the plankton, the whales is looking for that shit. Like it's not abundant like it was. And that's what we are too on this land. Like we're trying to eat off them krills.
Microplastics.
Yeah, that's what we got now instead of plankton, right?
Look, look. I'm just talking shit, but as I'm talking shit, it could go. We could plug this into AI to write a whole script on some new, the same movie trajectory we're talking about, some dystopian future, but the microplastics helps our body to adapt and absorb and become cybernetic. Something
I
in the
seen a fun
plastics.
I seen a fungi the other day, not in person, but online, and this fungi metabolizes gold. And I didn't even continue reading that. But that's one of them headlines there. You could just close your eyes and meditate on something like a concept like that. Like
What does it do with the gold, and what is
yeah,
it?
like
What does it turn it? That's mad.
yeah.
It's got to be producing energy. Like it's, I don't know. That's like if you metabolize the gold as that organic matter, what capabilities do you have if you can do
Yes.
that? Like what's gonna happen when I eat you?
Right?
If you can eat gold, what happens when I eat you?
Right? For real. You think about the whales and shit, like they have things living inside of them. Like they got organisms living inside of them, on top of them, and that's kind of what we are.
Look,
Like
we're
we're
the
alive, we're alive on top of something else alive.
yeah, nah, we're just the we have the ability to kind of measure and acknowledge and scan and account for our own environment. Like whales aren't writing down a history. They give information to their offspring through their songs and whatnot, but the and their brains, a lot of animals have a larger brain capacity than us, but we just have that. We have the ability to. I mean, it's to describe and keep. I mean, maybe that's the next evolution of the monkeys and the chimps. They say they're already in I think past the Stone Age. I think they moved to fire. I think they said there's some chimps that can make fire now.
Oh,
But yeah, that evolutionary stage, I mean, we're just like we can acknowledge and with our and build with microscopes and look down to these super small elemental levels and see the own organisms on in our own body and so to macro that not just to the population on our planet, like sometimes I think people be dismissive of what capabilities are available within the universe and what's possible.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you're not on the pessimistic side, but I heard people talking about the aliens and that not being possible because they're these solar systems or other planets are this many light years away. Then come on, man, we know we at least we theorize. The best
uh-huh.
scientific theorists believe that time and space is not linear. And I mean, right now, there's scientists burning up millions of taxpayer dollars experimenting, trying to figure out how to transport shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just across space, not time. But if you can do space, then you can do time next. So, I mean, we're on the fucking brink and the edge of all the science fiction movies and stories that we thought about. How can we shape these next steps, or at least come up with ideas and stories that maybe the future will look at our shit like, and it life just imitates art. So how do we
Mm-hmm.
make our artwork into the fashion that we want life to imitate?
Yeah, and even for those people that feel like shit's not on the bright side, some people may think like we're in the final chapter kind of thing, and that shit is burning up. That we're in a destroy phase before the rebuild. But even for that, I say that's when some of the best art was created. Was in the depressions and the dark periods. The Renaissance was born out of the dark age. So I mean, even as an artist, consuming art and making it, I feel like if we're not in the dark age, we're definitely there, or we're coming into a COVID could have been our dark age, and maybe now we're in a renaissance. It just feels like there is a shift with the art world. I know science is going off too right now. Every other day, there's breakthroughs, um, but there's definitely a shift, and people just got to get used to the change because whether you think it's a good change or a bad, it is a change regardless. So I think just stress management, dealing with change is paramount. We don't really get to choose how it changes, so to speak, but we can control how we are going into the change, I guess.
Well, I agree with that halfway.
But I mean, we all got a different vision for what we think is the best world.
Well, that's my point. Is how do we actualize that best vision? That
But
maybe it's
do
not
you think?
something you really think about a lot, but there is, there's some type of model in the back of your head on what you think the best world would be. How do we project that more intentionally into the artwork that we create?
Hmm. Yeah, it would be really tough to build a world that everybody agrees with at once. But we could build these worlds with the music and the art, and people can come visit these planets and these created worlds.
Look,
So
I
I
like
mean,
that concept better. Like, yeah, the world ain't all
yeah,
gonna agree. Let's keep the pockets, the circles. What's the circle that we want
yeah.
to create and bring people to?
Because I know it's hard to build a utopian Earth where everybody gets along. I think that's that Miss America stuff. Like, I want everything to be perfect and world peace in this. I don't know if we can get there on our own accord as mankind, but I do like the idea of building these universes and these worlds, Marvel style. And I believe in entering in other people's worlds. You know what I mean? And you coming into mine, and we exchange those ideas and give them all respect, equal respect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ultimately, I don't think. I think that looking at it from the term and trying to be world peace and everyone agreeing is just the wrong route to go. Like,
Me too.
let's do the circles. Look, if you fuck with these motherfuckers over there, then you can go to that circle. But if you don't
Hmm.
like them, then don't go to the circle. You don't like them.
Yeah.
You don't work well with them.
Yep. And if there's overlap, go fuck around where the overlap is happening. But you don't got to bring the whole thing over. But if there's that small overlap, deal with that and collab accordingly. But you don't got to make somebody's world yours or vice versa just because you don't like one thing about theirs. I
Thousand
see
percent.
that. Yeah, I see that with a lot of the kids these days out on the playground. Um, Even worse than us growing up, where I remember back then we kind of set rules ahead of time. But I see these kids a lot of times on the fly, they like to make new rules as the game goes. And a lot of them will make rules that'll cater to whatever side they're on. And I'm like, yo, that it's bigger than just a playground game because those rules kind of they help you look into the psyche of the generation when you see what their playground rules is versus ours.
No, what you're saying is exactly right. I think that just the fact that we knew is because we learned from the previous generations you have to set your rules before you start the game because there's certain people that will try to take advantage of the ambiguity or the lack of specificity in the rule setting. Oh,
Yeah,
you didn't say that this was out of bounds. We never play out of bounds where we
yeah,
play.
yeah. You got the loophole
You
finders.
didn't say we're going to 15. We always go to 12 where we, or whatever it
Yeah,
is. But I think setting those rules, like you said, and what the rules are allows you to kind of look through the different generations and see how they operate. Even if you look at basketball and football, baseball I think is the one sport that has been a little bit more consistent, but they even recently added in the pitching time clock to try to speed up the game. Because that's been
yeah,
a critique of baseball for fucking 100 years. That the shit's a long ass slow game.
yes.
But football, basketball, just over the last 10 years, they've been making that shit softer and weaker and less aggressive. And That's reflective of the generation. It's not reflective of basketball as a sport. It's
Totally.
reflective of where we're at as a society, that we're trying to deal with people with kid gloves, even as
Yeah,
adults.
that's
Like,
right.
you guys are getting paid fucking millions of dollars to play a sport. You're supposed to get hurt. You can't protect all these kids from our players from getting hurt. That shit happens.
Hmm.
It's the effects of the participation ribbon.
Yeah, right. And I remember back in the day, win loss, we were just happy to play and get time and get minutes in. But I noticed a lot of these games that these kids play out here in the playground, there's really no winner. Like, even though there's a winner and a loser, I see both sides be pissed when the game's over because they're like, oh, well, I won off your rules, but I lost off your rules, but I would have won if it was my rules, kind of thing. And it's like, yo, it made me realize all these kids are out here playing their own version of the game. Like they all have the idea in their head of what the game is. So back to the rule thing from the jump, nobody really addresses it from the beginning. There's no like team captains or leaders. It's kind of like let's all run around and play, and we all got our own idea of what the game is. And when it's done, we'll tell you if we won or lost.
So I get to decide whether I
Yeah,
won. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the generation feels like there's no there's no facts. Like, there is
nope.
no. It's all about emotion. It's all about how you feel, or how you can manipulate. Maybe there are facts as far as the stats. Yeah, there's rebounds and steals and assists in basketball, but you can say you won because, in your head, your whole goal was to just get two steals. Hey,
Yeah,
I stole it from you twice, so I'm better than you. But I
yeah.
scored on you 50 points. Who cares if you stole the ball from me twice? So, yeah. Well,
Or I see them get blocked once, they get blocked, and then they quit. They're like, I don't want to feel that again, so I'm done. I don't see a lot of the getting back on the horse either. I see a lot of getting your ass whipped, handed to you, and then quitting. Like I'm gonna go try something else now. I want to do whatever I could do first time and just be the nicest at it. That's what I'm looking for. That's what these kids come off like. I
yeah,
just want to
the
be the
easy road.
nicest off top.
The easy
And if
road. The first time I
yeah,
ever played this game, I should be good.
and if you're telling me I gotta grind for 5 years
You
or
mean I have to
whatever you're talking
practice?
about to get better, like
You mean I have to
forget
practice?
like yeah, forget that. I want to hit leaderboards the first couple of times I try this.
I like that analogy. Trying to be on the leaderboard the first time you try.
Yo, yeah. And it's like, yo, the guy that's on the leaderboard lost more than all y'all combined. And that's why he's the best. Because he probably
Yeah,
lost the most.
from losing, it creates the skill level. But kids don't
Yeah.
want to lose. It's the emotional aspect of losing is so detrimental. Like, I remember losing and just trying to figure out what I could have, what I could do better. Like, it wasn't emotional. Like, oh my god, we lost, and I want to go and cry. It was, we're gonna have to play this team again at some point, or I'm gonna play at
Hmm.
least one of these players in the future. Like, what can I do to improve myself? And yes, that takes effort and time to get out and do drills on your own or with your homie. But you have to just have the reaction of, how can I not let this happen again? Not by
Hmm.
disappearing and finding a different sport. Oh, fuck basketball. I'm about to do swimming now. Because ain't nobody ever going to bust my ass and block my shot in swimming.
Yeah.
I can always make up an excuse. In swimming, my shoulder hurt. got whatever happened. I swallowed some water when I jumped in. My nose plug came undone, and whatever.
And they do it in the workforce too. Like if the job is tough first day, if they're not making top pay first day, it's like I'm gonna go find another job. And they hop around. You don't see them committed.
That's where the hiring process comes in, though. You're supposed to weed them motherfuckers out as the manager. That's something that I've been disappointed at throughout my whole working career since I was 16 working at McDonald's. The people that hire people don't pick people good.
At all.
Like you're picking the worst people to work with me. And I feel like I'm a good person, so now I got to pick up the slack for these whack people.
Every time.
Now, I can't bullshit. My first job at McDonald's, motherfuckers in there was fucking serving it. Like, actually. Shout out to Big Cow, Nene, Greg. Yeah, the people up at that McDonald's up there on 6th Ave and by the bowling alley. Tower Lanes McDonald's. That was my shit, nigga. That was my first job. All right, well, shoot. Look, we're right about perfectly at halftime. Hopefully, Riceberg will hop it. Look, he's hopping in right now. Look, you made it to right where it's time. We're about to go to halftime. So let me go ahead and pin you in. So when we come back from halftime, you're already there.
What did I miss? Give me a recap.
I saw that, man. You missed it all.
Don't say that.
No, just watch it back on YouTube at 1.5 times speed.
Oh, I could do that right now. You're right. I could rewind and catch up during halftime.
No, we was making fun of Lil Wayne for not knowing anything about the planet that he lives on.
Well, he's not from here, so
yeah, he is a Martian. So I
guess
we
gotta give him a little slack. He might know more about his home planet.
Send him a message on Instagram with a question about Mars, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shoot, we made it. We landed. The plane, it hasn't landed. We're just getting ready for takeoff. We've got our fuel all ready to go. So let me put on. We're just gonna go what we have on deck, ready to go. We'll be back in 10 minutes. The halftime mid-break point has begun. This is the Build and Destroy show.
What's up, A-Wall? This is Seaside. Remember that shit motherfucker said you couldn't do a minute ago? Drop that shit, cuz.
Is it because something is holding me back? Is it because I'm black? Something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? Yeah.
Look, in this cold world, the government thinks I'm a pawn. Thinking I don't know the game, they trying to do me like Trayvon. A-Wall got love for those that snipping coupons. Walking blocks, host on cops, getting they bread and soup on. The ones swerving in the coops, on the court playing hoop. The ones that ain't got rides, calling their homeboys to come and scoop. Barbershops that be live, haircuts for 3 5s. CDs, DVDs, a pair of Jordans for the night. Open mics, graffiti artists tagging on site. Bad kids knocking your trash can over on your bike. Fundraisers for the tykes, keeping the academics right. The ones that influence keeping the most high in your life. The old heads with that wisdom and knowledge. All my G's for taking me and making my game polished. The kids are our future, make sure we stay solid. Like the old saying goes, tomorrow's never promised. Life's a bitch, I'm getting head till I'm dead. Sucker ducking feds, focus on my bread. If I put my hands up, then I'm aiming to shoot. Because police don't give a fuck, they trying to take us out at the root.
Something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm black?
Yeah, it's not what you can do for your country. What the fuck can your country do for you? Nothing, I guess. They're gunning us down. There's a war going outside and we losing right now. Time to boss up. Apocalypse now.
A-Wall, aka Two Piece. What we got next? May Dolly and High Rise? Oh, circus. Okay, let's do it.
I like this one.
Bunch of clowns running around in clown cars.
Hiya!
Gluttonous, gullible, gobble it, all of the bull. Your bullshit is unbelievable. Be gone, the gall you get makes you get got. I'm in like amen, a man on Amen Ra. My own may slay y'all, be that as it may. Me and May, be that as above, so below. My bellow beckons, idiot, too idiotic to get the idiom. I'm Khalid El Amin with my you know what I mean. I'm ending y'all like fentanyl. When you all alone and you don't even have a best friend to call. I get so excited, I almost suicided. Atoms divided, molecules collided. Behold, what is within, no break, all bend. Build and destroy Kalana pen, so cold with the pen. Bad, prosperous, pronounced preposterous. I've been there and did that, went there and went back. Brought the buried treasure home in my backpack. On, and it's like that.
Yo, rough drafts led to shockingly smooth endings, and hot heads led to cool spending. Micronutrients led to mic grips, not dubious. Life slips away, the vice gets the play. Found localized in a global fray. Mobilized junctions in the clay. What was upwards was downwards. Once pondered with sound nerves. My nouns occur when I'm grounded to the earth. The resting place resembled the S shape. You question fate while the destined wait. Naked and not afraid till greatness has behaved. Calibrated egos from amalgamated peoples. Downgraded steeples, the town made it evil. Ears fortified lectures from a clean soul. Definite shooting that seems whole. Definite test of a prerequisite for my etiquette. Sacrificial lamb of rap style that never lived. Get the bid on the auctioneer with awkward tears. Locked in the sphere. Often I'm here. Catch me boxing the square. Yay!
Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Okay, you picking me up? Okay, I can't hear myself. Oh, okay. I remember the days. Don't forget the big picture when little things change. There's no more supper in the evening. The medicine's too sweet, and the kids so woke they just wanna go to sleep, go to sleep. Yeah, just go to sleep. Yeah, no more supper in the evening. The medicine's too sweet, and the kids so woke they just wanna go to sleep. Politics as usual, the sheep were sleeping on the way the shepherds wanna do them foul. Numb to the knife sinking deep in the flesh, drink death to the morning, cause they mourning in the evening, stepping over dead bodies to get to the new J's. Sleepwalking while the voices of no reason keep talking in case you ready to give it all to the dead beats. Besides, pride is where your heart and your head meet. Caught up in the bullshit, sometimes I think I lost the skills, dealing with the awful ills of a world that's lost for real. Niggas dying every day while the boys are brag, just one less do-rag. Go ahead and put his criminal history on the newscast so you can say he's too bad and dangerous to have the same liberties as you have. They scared of the new black. War on the misinformation, they was too lax to catch it when it blew past. Lying in the school books, the future needs a new path. Besides, indigenous people, they is disingenuous. People say be forgiven while they giving us diseases. I'm giving thanks to the people who point pistols at pussy polices and punish evil. Policies of poverty, keeping us in the same position our father's seen. Only difference is the streets is not as clean. Probably never really will be, but I guess you gotta dream. Remember the days. Don't forget the big picture when little things change. There's no more supper in the evening, the medicine's too sweet, and the kids so woke they just wanna go to sleep, go to sleep. Yeah, just go to sleep. Yeah. No more supper in the evening, the medicine's too sweet, and the kids so woke, they just wanna go to sleep.
I get a tiger with no stripes. Nobody going after polite. See him act polite. Roll dice every fortnight, but take a gamble every breath of your whole life when they roll by. It's the age of information, right? You can get the address and drive by the murderer's place tonight, but you'd rather watch him take a life than go on vacation. Wouldn't lift a fucking finger for the family, that's disgraceful. Complacency in the face of danger is the opposite of courageousness. I'm complete this idea here and blow your brains to bits. Think differently, independently, explore shit that's interesting. Grow your own food and spike the industry and drink. Shoot spike with Hennessy, chill. Research people fighting to get you here. Snow is just water crystals, and you ain't down for the start of a one invites to the finished meal. Go to sleep. Baby, don't be foolish.
Woo! You got it. They got it. You can't accept something, be ready to change it, rearrange it, move the extra baggage to the basement, make a minimum wage for enslavement, confined to the policies of a corrupt corporation. Speak your voice, use your language, cuss they ass the fuck out, don't be ashamed. I ain't on that Danny Ainge long range with the aim shit. I ain't passing up spare change, Bitcoin financial arrangements, checking for them savings, misbehaving in the retail haven with the cash sandwich, bread with the cheese in between, misled by TV screens in the magazine. Analytics from the streams flowing serene. Now my palms itching crazy, someone owe me dividends. Or is the pond contaminated with chlorine? Now I ran out of lotion, money like an ocean. Damn, I just swimming it. We so intimate with who we doing business with. So when they task us, we ask them what the credit limit. You got a good head on your shoulders where you're heading with it. We got 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 it.
They got it. We got it. They got it. Hiya!
If we don't switch the gears, the sound of birds will disappear from niggas' ears in less than 60 years. Severe weather already here all over the sphere. Silver line clouds packed tight with lightning strike like Cy Young pitches. After sight of police tighten up with fear. They should be on the sidelines while we run this here. The 1% get killed and they family get it. Plan for multiple missions, extra ammunition for each gun you wield. Fuck 100 bills, get silver, be a pyramid builder. In the field of nightmares, the concrete jungle obscures. Jewels you'll find there. Stomp through pools of white tears like rhinos, we pioneers. Find holes in the game of survival, divine spirit in the flesh, but your mind gon' rewind lyrics. Listen again, cause the rhyme's strong.
Ew, the rhyme's strong. Listen again. We back. Let me bring it to the proper. Ooh, the sun. First and foremost, let me get the presentation of the day. Stop.
Ooh, yeah.
Bring this out because can I get the light proper? There we go. There we go. So I just busted that out because you guys don't have access. I guess Riceberg looked like he might be back home. But I wanted to bring that out because I think he mentioned the Herbie Hancock rocket in the last episode. So I said, I don't have Herbie Hancock, but I got Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
What you know about Chuck Berry?
I know a little bit about Chuck Berry.
All right, well, this was 1979, Atlantic Records. 10 tracks. All songs written by Chuck Berry.
That's the perfect amount to me is 10.
Look, but on these records, you couldn't do a lot. But then again, some of these songs are longer. He got 4.5 minute joint. House Lights is 4.5 minutes. Havana Moon, 5 minutes. Pass Away, 5.5 minutes. So you got a few long joints on there. So if you broke those out, I mean, you'd end up with like 12 or 13, like, standard kind of hip hop album.
Yeah.
Let me close this curtain.
What?
So I won't be able to contribute to your guys' discussion on Daylight versus Rum Nitty.
Man, I can't hear the volume at all, really. Is it just my phone?
Well, can you hear me, May?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear it. It's just quiet.
I don't know. My microphone is going up to the red zone.
I might put my some headphones on.
Well, I was just saying I don't really have anything to contribute to the conversation on the Daylight versus Rum Nitty battle because I don't watch battle rap. But I'd like to hear what you guys have to talk about since May wanted to talk about it.
Oh, that it's a battle that had been in the making for some time. Daylight is a well-known battler, but he hasn't been battling. He's been in the industry side. So when I heard he was going to battle against Rum Nitty, I was excited as everybody else was. And even before the battle, he kept talking about how he's going to bring it back. Like he's going to resurrect the art. And he's talking about how battle rap is the foundation for hip-hop music. And even the industry is fueled by kind of the health of battle rap. So anyways, the battle went down and it was super, it was lyrical. They had the gun bars. They had the intellectual bars. There was everything to help get rappers back into the idea of create for the sake of the creativity part. Like, it's still cool to use your imagination, and it's cool to be smart and know about stuff and rap about stuff that you know. You don't gotta gun bar them to death. And there's only so many ways to kill somebody on the mic. So a lot of that shit's already been said, and you're running out of source material. So I like the Daylight and Rum Nitty battle because it reminded you, like, yo, you could create worlds with your words.
You just gave me a fucking dope ass idea on a song. I don't want to say it on this. But
I'm learning with rap, like it's a capacity thing. With this rap, battle rap, it's a capacity thing. If you have if you can hold more water than this other vessel can, it's almost like it's a sure thing to be dominant. So that battle was like watching two people that could hold like oceans of material. As to where some of these battles in the past, you watch it and you could tell when people run out of shit to say. Like they're grabbing at nothing. I still don't know who won that battle. I feel like Rum Nitty won in the room as far as immediate reaction, but I feel like on paper, Daylight came ahead as far as breaking shit down and having a chance to reread it, rewrite it, or re-break it down yourself. But as far as the media in the room, I think Rum Nitty got that battle.
How long was it? Because like I said, I don't be watching battles.
It was 1 hour.
Was it non-stop?
That's like a show.
Yeah, they end up doing about 3 10-minute rounds on average. Is the new format, I would say.
Okay, well, like I said,
Do you ever miss them battling with beats in the background? Like who could, adding that aspect to it?
I do.
Me too. Not to hate on the popularity of this modern format. I get why it's there, and I'm an appreciator. But there's always a part of me that wants to compare the two flows.
Yeah.
Compared on the beat. Like, for example, that song that Wicked was playing, like with you and me on it, we're not battling or anything, but we cut. It's two totally different takes on the same beat,
Yeah. So I thought
it's interesting. It's like it's a different way to see someone express themselves. It's like seeing two dope different outfits. They're both fly. Let me,
Yeah. Do you remember those mixtapes?
Oh
where
yeah.
It would do that. It wouldn't be DMX versus Cannabis, so to speak, but they would put their verses back to back.
I like beat. That too.
Yeah, and it was a versus, but it wasn't. It was just two different people painting.
Yeah, I mean there's something about that excitement of like finding a recording of a New York mixtape show, like when the internet first started and they would start posting, funk flex mixes and things like that. And you could hear him put a big pun verse on a Wu-Tang beat.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear, right?
And it was just something like, and it was cool. And you're like, this is happening just at this moment, just right now. I didn't get a chance to listen to the battle either, though, so I can't really. I was just too busy
really
today.
Good. I mean, there's a billion battles. It was more of what battles always been, but it is a turn in direction because these guys both deliberately tried to bring something different to what's current right now. It's gotten kind of sad with the antics and the like I said, the gun bars. So a lot of it has gotten boring.
Yeah.
There's no innovation really, but there's people like Loaded Lux and Murder Mook who are still alive and well, and they're still finding new ways to say things, man. So it gives you hope.
And those guys are good rappers, battling or even just making records, I think, too.
And if anything, I mean, based off with words being what they use for source material, if anything, they're doing better than ever because we got so many new words and slang, and they probably hear certain slang and their brain is automatically like, I got like 50 bars on just that word right now.
That's a good point.
Just on your goofy guys' slang that you're using these days.
Yeah. That's a good point. Language changes, so the sort of the ability to construct new rhymes is always present. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the only contribution I have to this topic would be your thoughts on Stewie Newton as a local artist that primarily was a battle rapper, but is trying to make headway and foray into, traditional hip hop music on the radio or on iTunes or Spotify.
I mean, he's definitely the biggest battler from out here. I will give him that. And I think he's a good marketer, and looks like he's got some momentum behind his music, some true fans. I don't really listen to enough battles though, honestly, so I don't want to like constructively critique his craft per se.
No, I'm not talking about him as a battler, but as someone that as a battler trying to, because last I seen is he's really been trying to make his name as an artist that can make songs and not just battling, and trying to make headway in that direction. And from what I've seen, there's some, he's getting some hate, some flack from people on that, saying that he's not equipped or his songs are whack or whatever they're saying. And then, of course, there's people that are supportive of him, that are fans of him and want him to continue his pursuit, and and not just from the battle rap to the mainstream, but he's not young. He's not in his 20s.
No, I salute him though. I respect him for doing whatever he wants to do artistically.
I think it's good.
And yeah, I don't whether I am a fan of his battles or his style of hip hop. I mean, I don't really think that's the point. Like, who cares what I think? But I think it's fine for him to try to do whatever the hell he wants to do. That's for sure. I support that. And who knows? I honestly think Stewie, he can definitely, I can't say for sure, but I think Stewie was a MC, spitting over beats traditionally first. I remember him and Cosby, Silk Road together. I remember them making music and performing before he battled.
Okay.
Before those guys battled. And I don't mean each other, but just battled. And then I think Stewie just caught a wave and had a knack for it and won and was like, well, now I'm walking on this. I'm doing this for a while, but I don't think he ever stopped making traditional hip hop over beats. So good for him. You know what I mean? It's
sure.
like I feel like that was spoken word. Like, it's just a thing. It's just things that people can do. Some people do more than one thing.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's good to have engagement like that on the good and bad side. That's good if he's got polarizing comments.
That's a good point too. People talking about it.
We're getting in the car.
Okay. Yeah, for me that's a good sign.
Have we talked about the flannel shirt yet? I noticed the episode was called The Flannel.
Yeah, it stole the show as soon as the camera hit it.
Technically, it's called plaid shirt.
It's a beauty.
Flannel. Flannel would be for the fall or winter. It's more thicker. That is just, plaid is the design.
Hey, you're right, bro. You broke that down like a true seamstress.
Look, that was terrible. No, I'm not a seamstress.
A tailor. You broke that down like a tailor.
I'm not a tailor either. I can't even fucking measure your neck or your shoulders. I don't know how to measure.
A real clothing designer.
No, I just know what the design. Yeah, I'm a clothing designer. Yes.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You got a shop.
I have some equipment in my basement.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that a shop. A shop means you can come in and purchase. Look, Patricia got the bunny ears on.
Oh, yes, right. It's 420.
It's 420 Easter.
Are those 420 ears?
They are 420 ears.
I'm about to partake in the celebration.
Look, you guys is just all throwing us off the game.
Old school bong for you.
Look, well, we kind of ran through all the topics I had. Oh no, I had one more. I wanted to ask you guys about because we talked about it not last week, but I think the week before, and just kind of trajectory of groupthink. I mean, most of us, we think of groupthink as a negative aspect, but then we don't connect the dots of when we say black people culture or something like that. Like that. That is a groupthink aspect.
True.
My thoughts on just groupthink, because we talked about the protest stuff, and that actually is now news articles and things. Like, why aren't black people participating in these protests, anti-Trump protests? And they're doing think pieces about it, trying to articulate from a college education, master's degree perspective on why black folks ain't coming out to protest.
What are they trying to say now that Trump has gained the black vote or something? Like, what are they saying?
I haven't dug into the articles in depth, but I've heard a couple podcast type interviews, and it's more like they really don't understand why black people ain't riding out. Like, you guys will ride out when it's us on the line. We've been riding out. Like, they just, I don't know. And I think it's more instinctual. Like I said, it's more of even, there's not really, they are asking these questions as journalists, trying to get some scientific answer, whereas we spoke about it. I said, look, they asked a question at the black meeting, and there was no, we don't have a reason. It's just, I mean, we could come up with a bunch of different reasons. Like, it's everyone, it's a feeling. Like, this ain't, it's not for us. Like, there's no reason for us to be out here. Like, some people are more thinking it's a setup. They want a bunch of black people to be out there so they can come out and bust people down. I mean, you see, none of these protests really had, like, any type of police negative reaction. It's been hella smooth.
True.
Okay, really quickly, I have a thought. So I think it's because until you guys got your shit organized, like, we're not coming out. Like, we don't come out just for show, just for play. Like, we mean business, you know? And if we see your movement isn't about anything yet, then we're going to sit back.
I like that. Yeah, we're not just showing up just to be there, just to add a number, you know, to build up your numbers and make
I like
it
that
look
too.
good.
Let me ask a question. I have a question, and I don't know the answer. Do you think if I'm only talking close because, like, I have horrible hearing and I'm outside, so I can't hear what you're saying. But do you think do you think black people would get more involved if they started to crack down on Haitian, like, immigrants, like black immigrants?
No, like, that's gonna fuel the flame.
Okay, wait. So that one, like, if they did a think piece on why Haitians weren't, or
if they start deporting hella Haitians, like, since Haitians are Africans, blacks, I'm just curious, would
and that's another element, right? Because you guys didn't vote for Kamala, who told you all of this bullshit was going to happen. Like, we are exerting energy on just taking care of our home base. Like, right now, we have to put in a lot more work than the people that can afford to be out there. This is us shouldering the burden of this presidency. We knew this was going to happen. We knew we would be the ones that were the most affected, you know, and that's probably one of the reasons, too.
No, for sure. I mean,
that's a good point too.
What I was saying, as far as Haitians go, like, we're fucking with other people is not gonna motivate us to come out. Like, we've been fucked with. Like, at this point,
It hasn't stopped.
Is what yeah is what is really what Patricia said in the beginning is we're on some plot and planning shit. I really think there's a lot of black people that whatever way they voted, they've come to the understanding that we need to get together and get back to serious planning and serious you know how we used to do, man. We fucking come and meet at the table and shit and sit and come up with real fucking plans and
You know what else? You know what else has distracted us? Kendrick Lamar.
well, Not Like Us came on.
We still just fucking with that, like we're too busy vibing out to that. We'll get on it once this Kenny run is over.
I feel like all planning is out loud in front of your face. Sometimes it's behind closed doors. So you may not always see the action and the movement that's happening.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is we're not showing you the playbook and letting you get letting you watch us write down the words and the plans and you getting the transcript like where people are actively working because I know specific if I just talk about Tacoma, let me just bring up Tacoma real quick. Since we like I don't want to use us as the example like we're the ones that have made things contribute because we've been out the loop. But since our group has not been super active, things in Tacoma like just seem to continue go more on haywire. Like we had a black police chief that just recently got, the dismissal was or resignation was really suspect in how it went down. And the power and control that the city council has over the police is suspect as well, as far as that. And then the judicial system, you take it to the Maniellis situation. These motherfuckers got paid mad money to be on administrative leave, and then after they didn't get the guilty verdict, they got paid more money to just do their resignation. So it was like a whole governmental payoff of bad work. Like, we're just gonna pay you guys extra, even though you fucked shit up.
I was gonna say too. I mean, since you brought that up real quick, just since with the current administration, how he is doing with all the pulling the funding and not letting certain departments work. The federal investigation of those 4 officers, or it was even they were looking at more of them too. That's all on big time pause.
They ain't pausing. They throwing shit away.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no people to work it anymore. So,
well, they throw paperwork away. They're known for that. Trump has been the president before, like.
So there's not even that department anymore, basically.
Like, no, yeah. So when they destroy and dismantle the department, they send out the "you shred it" folks to come and pick up all this paperwork in the blue recycle bin with the lock on it. And all that paperwork and information is gone. And they have the same disposal firms take the hard drives and all that type of shit.
Well, that's the question I have. So you said since you guys stopped, since Build and Destroy kind of stepped back from politics or whatever, or being disruptors or whatever, what have you, being involved in like the goings on in the city and your community, how do you build a sustainable coalition, right? Like, that's like long lasting? Like, what are the steps required so that there's not too many lulls? You know, I don't know.
No, I understand what you're saying. Well, first, if you say coalition, that means there's more than one group. So it could be a Build and Destroy is one small group, and we have our particular circle where we were talking about earlier. We have our circle of these things that we care about, and it may overlap with another group, and just maybe it's just one thing that overlaps with them that we both really care about. But it's important to both of us enough to where we can come together and work together on that specific item. And we did that. We did that when we was really active with the Max and the Communist Party folks. Shoot, even when it came to when we went to that Hilltop Street Fair, the local Black Panther Party that was the security defended us from the administrators and let us do our thing in the at that very first Hilltop Street Fair that we went to.
Dang.
So
yeah.
So I think it's more what are the groups that are active and what are their agendas, and when we're active enough to get, because my goal is to get the transportation activity to where I can be the more runner, so to speak, run between locations if need be.
So right now it's just life is lifing, right? Like that's kind of why you guys have stepped back a little, or because you guys are always doing something still, right? Like just maybe to not that degree what you guys were.
Well, we're active now. Like the fact that we can come together, we're at week 26.
Dang.
So that's
week 26.
And that's not counting. That's like minusing like 4 episodes. So yeah, we're beyond 6 months straight on the weekly basis. And yeah, it's really, honestly, this is more the first time where we had some serious discussion on this level. It's more we're just talking through these topics, which this is great because this is what we're built on. You guys had always had to drive up when we had the meetings, even at the Dash Center, on 15th and K. You guys always made the trips and the journeys. Now we just have technology to where we could still have the meeting, and I'll be making the journey once I get whiptified.
You guys will have to come out to the water, hang out down on the beach.
We should. Wicked, we should do that. We should go out there.
No, I'm saying I'm once I get whiptified, I'm gonna be on everybody's helmet.
We're having a graduation party for Micah in June.
What day? I have to check because Tiani's graduating too.
Oh.
And I'd have to ask her what day she graduates.
It's probably, I still have to see when I can rent the clubhouse. So it's dependent. Hopefully, like at least by June, the 3rd week of June, we'll be able to do it.
Now, does your guys' schools do graduations at like a location out there? Like the actually graduation ceremony with the robes and stuff?
Yeah, maybe at St. Martin's. I'm not 100% sure yet, but most schools do it at St. Martin's here.
Well, shoot.
What about you guys? Where is
Every school does it at Tacoma Dome.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't even know how far out the circle is of the schools, but I know that shit is like it's a whole week of Tacoma Dome. They have it locked in for so many schools.
Wow.
and it's like 8 schools a day. Well, maybe 5. Maybe I'm overestimating, but there's a lot of schools. They run through the schools every day.
Wow. Both of our babies are graduating. That's your baby, though, right? That's our oldest. But
Yeah.
your baby.
Yeah. They're still babies. They still ain't got nowhere and didn't. Well, I don't know what he's up to. He might be onto something. Tiani been onto something. She's why we're on the Zoom today. She used the battery in my back, saying, "Yo, you need to quit playing around and start up the show." Like,
just start it, right?
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna watch it for the whole first 3 years. You ain't got to worry about people watching it. But what's important is things we're talking about now is we start actually. It becomes a routine, and that routine starts to build. It's like the mushroom that can metabolize gold. It starts to build something that you don't even know what it's gonna turn into. Look, May liked how I brought that back in there.
Put in the 10,000 hours.
Bring that around like a boomerang.
It's the 10,000 hours, right?
Yeah, because we all have that solidified as far as what artistry. That's already been done. So we have that like as an ace in the or even a joker. It's like a joker in your hand. So what other things can you? It's like you're making your own hand of cards. How can you make? You got a joker from just all your years in artistry, but now we're developing media skills to where talking continuously on camera, on like just that act in itself, it develops you to speak to an actual media person when they want to ask you some questions. You're used to talking on the camera and being in front of a crowd. That comes from performance. We've all been on the stage a bunch of times, so a crowd isn't going to shake us up. When it's time to go and talk about some legislation that needs to go down in your area or go talk to some important person. These are skills that are cultivating us to be more than just the artists and things that we are, but the leaders into the future. Because the people ahead of us, eventually, everyone has to go the same way. There's no escaping an end to your physical presence. People believe in other spiritual whatever happens after, but at a certain point your heart stops, your blood stops flowing, your body decays and rots, or you get embalmed and put in a tomb. Okay. Let's talk about life. But I'm saying, the mushroom will grow out of that. The mushroom that eats the gold, that's where that mushroom came from. The mushroom that eats the gold. But let's
keep it lively. Let's keep it lively.
Well, I'm just appreciative, I guess, that I could say. I would just want to say thank you to all of you.
Yeah, you said that good, man. Make your hand. I like that.
Building the deck. Well, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to commandeer.
No, you've been a great.
That was good because I think that was Wicked's last topic, and you said dope stuff that none of us, So, thank you.
Yes, yes. You're always welcome to hop on whenever you want. This is the Build and Destroy show. This is
are things we desire.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough podcasts with dudes talking on it, so. Please come and elaborate.
Look, man, I said, the link goes to to Pesha and Chandra. I mean, their email is on it. If you look on that email thread, they get the email too. So they're always welcome to pop on. This is their show as well. We're all part of the same crew, and you know, we're at the point, I think most of us are at the point kind of a resettling, trying to resettle and deal through tough times that are going. I think maybe that's part of why we were so connected back then, because shit was actually tough. You know, everyone was going through some tough shit, and it helped to come together, just emotionally and spiritually, to know that there's other folks, man, we're working on something together, even though we're all going through shit separately. That come together mode, it helps give that energy to everyone. So yeah, thank you guys once again. Hey, if there's not anything to end it on, you guys can refocus on your driving.
Thank you. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
There's a little traffic happening, so I'm distracted now.
That's
but
all right.
You guys are amazing. I'm glad that you guys are still going. 26 weeks.
Well, it's just the first quarter of the first quarter. We just took a first time out. There's only been a couple minutes in the first quarter. We had to take a time out.
We should do something special for the 50th one.
Well, at a certain point before we get to there, like, we're gonna have to, like I said, once I get Whiptified, I'm gonna get another screen, and I'm gonna just pop up, you know, run it from wherever we're at. I'm gonna run to you, run to AWOLs. I'm gonna sneak up on E-Tree if I got to, and bust my screen out, bust the setup out, and just do it like that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right, well, shoot. We're going to end it on that positive note. The Build and Destroy show, you already know. High Rise, May Dolly. We had Patricia popping in for the special guest appearance. And I am Wicked Meticulous. We're going to be out of here. We love y'all. See you next week.